Good evening, class. This video is going to cover the instructions for the Microsoft Excel exam that you're going to be taking on Monday, or from Monday evening, October the 19th at 5 p.m. to Tuesday afternoon, October the 20th, 11:59 p.m. Okay, so just to talk a little bit about this test, it's going to be a similar format as the first exam, which you'll have a data file. You'll be given an instructions file as well. You'll be asked to manipulate the data file based on the instructions in the instruction file. And that'll be posted under class exams in Blackboard beginning at 5 p.m. on Monday evening, October the 19th. And just to talk about the time frame, you have a window of opportunity to take the exam. But once you start the exam, you only have an hour and a half to complete that exam. So once you download the files and begin the test, the timer starts. And I can check to see at what point the files were accessed and things of that nature. So you need to limit your time taking the test to an hour and a half. If you run into trouble while taking the test, you can send me an email through course messages, and I will reply as quickly as possible. Now, depending on what time you send me that message, it may be the same day, may be the next day, maybe within a few minutes. It really just depends on when you send me the message, the time of day, as to when I'll reply. I will be monitoring email closely during that time frame. So if you do need to reach out to me to something, go ahead and send me your question through course messages, and then continue on and take your test. And if there's a delay from the time that you email me to the time that I respond, then I won't count that amount of time off on your exam submission. So I say just continue on with the test, do as much of the exam as you can, and we'll come back and answer the question as quickly as possible. All right. A couple other pointers I mentioned last time. Just want to remind everybody again, if the question on the exam or the task on the exam doesn't specify, let's say, a particular action. Let's say, for example, if you're asked to type in some text into a cell in Excel, and it doesn't specify the font size or the font type, then you can assume that the default font is okay, and that there's nothing about the font or the font type that will be graded. So just basically, if the test does not specify, does not give instructions on a particular item that you may be wondering about while you're taking the test, then that means I want you to use the default, and whatever it is that is not specified is not something I would count off on anyway. So if the test does not specify, then you can use the default. Okay, it's not something I'm looking to grade. Also, want to think about the way the question is worded and what the question is asking you to do. For example, if you're asked to insert a photo, okay, well, that first word, insert, is a key word, kind of like an action word. So think about what the question's asking you to do. If you're creating a chart, you're going to look for any where you would insert or create a chart. So just think about what the question's asking you to do. I get a lot of questions on from my class on campus about things of that nature, not sure where to go, and I said, well, what is it asking you to do? And think about what the question is asking you to do. So think about the question. You shouldn't see anything on this exam that you haven't already done in your tutorials. So you should be, if you've done your tutorials, done your assignments, paid attention during those, you should be fine on the exam. I'll have the exams graded as soon as possible. I usually try to do it within a week, but I have several exams to grade, so it does take a little bit of time to do. And once you're through with your test, you save it as per the instructions, which if you do it right should include your name, and then upload it to Blackboard using the under the link Microsoft Excel test. Turn in here under this link, which will be made active during the test, and then you can submit your test here. And again, if you have any questions, send me a message through course messages, and good luck.